Howdy, y'all. Jason Deloach, voice of Nineveh. August 3rd at the late night time of 11 o'clock on a school night. But I recorded August 1st in the morning, August 2nd in the evening, and now August 3rd at night. I suppose that's all right. Maybe a little something for each part of your day to be established out there. A little word of encouragement for you for your evening, as well as your other times. So I would like to focus this short talk on training for the astral plane. This is the time where we go into our astral journey, and we will be training, just like you will be when you wake up from your dream time. So, understand it or not, this is going on, and if we understand it, then we become a conscious participant, even if it's just as an observer at first. That is how things often begin, until we learn how to participate. And the first thing we have to do is wake up and become conscious of what's happening. And it's kind of like a small child, we consciousness kind of awakes within us, and you have to kind of develop your ability to stand in these areas. I've talked to a lot of different people that do a lot of astral journeying and training during their dreams at night, and it's very, very impressive and very, very awesome and humbling, really, to know what's going on with mankind. Your average person, so many people out there have no concept of how deep the human experience really can be. I was reading the opening to a book the other day where a native was just talking about the fact that his times that he experiences here in this dimension, when he would just simply relax, were so profound and so beyond words that he actually never used them or even thought of using them to understand or describe the experience that he was having when he would do this, and he would do this every day. So it wasn't until some point way later in his life that it began to intrigue him. Could I even try to express this, my connectivity with all life around me, what that feels like to let go of this form and to be all my relations? Essentially, those are my words now. But so as it is, the Hebrews, and so many traditions actually do begin to recognize the beginning of the day at sundown, just like they recognize Sabbath, Friday evening, right at sundown. And this is because it's actually the beginning of a conscious cycle. The consciousness that you take into your dream time is going to end up being the consciousness that you used as the foundation for your following day. Again, this is not a conscious thing. This is other than a subconscious thing. It's not a front conscious thing. It's a behind conscious thing. That's how it's symbolized esoterically. It's the back of the head as opposed to the front of the head in the ancient world. Reish is the front of the head, and what is it? Can't remember the name character. Kof is the back of the head. And Kof represents the time, the setting of the sun, the completion of a cycle. It's the completion of a cycle of consciousness. Your day previously has ended, and now the next day is beginning. And so in this time, in the beginning of the day, this is the time that you, spiritual students, or maybe we should say spiritual adepts or masters, people that are fluent in practicing the arts of developing themselves spiritually, will give themselves actual tasks before they go to sleep. They'll sit there and meditate on what it is that they're trying to accomplish in the physical world around them. What are the relationships that they need to create in their following day? And then they'll weave them while they sleep, or receive the training they need to develop those connections during their waking day. And a lot of people I know, when I've done group studies with people and meditations and learning with some of these practices as it comes up in the systems of studying, even like in the Kabbalah, for instance, as I was referencing earlier with the Hebrew alphabet, and the letter Kof representing the subconscious and this time in the back of the head. So that's kind of the information I wanted to get you this evening, is to take that time to focus. There are other things we can talk about. You always want to be grateful when you lay down. You always want to take time to go through your whole body if you can and thank your organs. Actually physically do this. You know, who knows how much sickness mankind might be able to prevent, how much focus, how much joy, how much achievement that we could have if we were just able to line up some of the positive and growing consciousness in our life, as opposed to having it break up between all the cycles and exchanges that you have to make through your daily life. And this is part of how you do that. This is part of how you learn to maintain, and part of how you learn to to create a positive tomorrow, is by working to make a positive tonight. And you do that by your focus and meditation. Remember your training. Remember your goals and desires. Remember why it is that you believe that you're here, and try to passionately connect with that as you drift off to your astral journeys. Sweet journeys. I hope maybe I meet you tonight. We can have a good meeting. We'll powwow out there. All right. Peace.